Tell me, though, what's his technique? That last strike, it seems invincible.
Hello and welcome to Sons of the Dragon, the Immortal Iron Fist podcast. My name is Connor.
And my name's Rebecca.
We are back. I was on a bit of a holiday, I guess. Not really, but it's been hard to get
I was
to
on a
record.
bit of a holiday. So...
Oh yeah, you were too, yeah. I guess I was on a holiday, then you're on a holiday.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're back to cover Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. And
back in our black and white era.
Yes, and obviously we're just covering the Iron Fist stuff.
Yeah.
In Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, and we're up to Deadly Hands of Kung Fu 31. And the last one was Deadly Hands of Kung Fu 29, with Iron Fist and Shang-Chi being tricked into almost fighting each other, and then they didn't. And then there was an English guy wearing a mask, and the Parliament was going to blow up, but it didn't. And anyway,
what a
so
shame.
this story kind of follows up from that, like this.
Yeah, now they're friends. Now they're hanging out.
They're just hanging out. They've just come, like when Iron Fist shows up, he's just with Shang-Chi, and they've just come from London. He offered Shang-Chi to stay at his place in another country, and Shang-Chi's like, yeah, sure, I'll come to America, New York, and just hang out.
I would probably do the same.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I guess. What else?
Why not?
So. This was published November 23rd, 1976. And the issue of Iron Fist that was out before this was... Oops, I wrote it down, but now I can't find it. So let me go to the month of November 1976 to see where we are for Iron Fist. Iron Fist 11, okay, where he is fighting the Wrecking Crew, which we covered a long time ago.
Yeah, back in the day.
But he's still on his solo series, and as we find out, the Daughters of the Dragon haven't had their solo debut yet. They are getting that next issue.
I know, very exciting.
Next issue of Deadly Hands, which is in the Iron Fist trade, so Iron Fist might show up in it, or if he doesn't, they considered it close enough.
Enough of a, yeah.
But I'm guessing he would show up.
Probably, if it's
maybe
in the trade as well.
A cameo, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But for now, we're on Deadly Hands Kung Fu 31, which seems to be at the end of a storyline. Because this is not an Iron Fist story. This is one of those stories where there's a new character and all the, A-listers show up to...
at the end to help.
Yeah, well, they show up to validate the new charter and be like, hey, this guy's a real character,
Yeah, exactly. And it makes sense, we've still got martial arts and there's a connection there to the whole
definitely.
Sons of the Tiger, and it's kind of, if anyone's been watching the Daredevil Born Again, it's kind of cool to have a White Tiger issue. So a little bit relevant to what's going on in the Marvel world outside our podcast.
So yeah, it's also a thing. It's just in superhero comics as well. Like Spider-Man will show up in a new hero, but this is like the martial arts version. So the martial arts A-listers are Shang-Chi and Iron Fist. And Jack of Hearts is in this, but he's not on the cover. He didn't make that cut.
Which is interesting because I also learned from I love Jack of Hearts. But I did not know that he debuted in Deadly Hands of Kung Fu.
Yeah. I don't know if this is his debut issue. I don't think
No, this isn't. This isn't, but he did debut in...
might be.
Yeah, but he did debut in Deadly, which I didn't know because, which is crazy because I love the character because he's got the same surname as me. And, he's dressed great. He has a bizarre origin. He's half alien. So it's just kind of cool. Like, it's always nice when you get one of the sort of semi-minor characters who's got a long history but doesn't really do a lot, or like shows up occasionally or has the odd mini, and to sort of see him with some of your faves.
Yeah. In terms of Iron Fist news, it would be remiss of me. You've probably seen Omar on his blog posting all the Disney sort of artwork that Iron
Disney-fied,
Fist
yeah.
is on. Midnight Suns, interestingly, and Defenders.
Yeah, I was a
And
little bit annoyed it's the same stance for both. A little bit lazy, but fair enough.
yeah, I guess he was drawing
Selling
a lot.
two prints
We've heard
to Iron Fist fans.
stories keep coming out about how not only DC treating their stuff better than Marvel, but every other company, like
Yeah,
Dark Horse,
yeah,
Indie
yeah.
Comics, like I saw it out, like just all treating their
Everyone.
artists better. So maybe there's a bit
Yeah.
of Marvel deadline involved with that. Who
Yeah,
knows?
maybe. Well, also, I mean, like if you can reuse it, like you can probably assume that most people are only going to buy one of each of your prints when they're $30 each, and if someone is in more than one team, I don't really have a huge issue with it. It's just I'm being a bit cheeky. The reason I've been paying a little bit more attention is because Mark Brooks is actually coming to a con that I'm going to.
Right.
So even though I'm far too lazy to pull out any of the comics I have with one of his covers, which is many probably,
Yeah.
I did say that I will have a look and see if he has the prints there, and then I've got to decide, right? Because he's got two Iron Fist ones and a Moon Knight one. They're not
Yeah.
the same. Like I was like, why is Moon Knight not in Midnight Suns? Come on. Give me a break. And so I have to decide. I
The
can't
Moon Knight
afford.
fans are eating pretty good right now. So
Right, yeah. I mean, I'll probably buy the Defenders one because Misty and
yeah.
everyone. So
I'm not into the art style personally, so I won't buy it. I'm not
no,
like
I totally
a
get that.
collector because I don't have enough money to
No,
be a collector. But I do
no,
have
It's funny because both me and Connor are not the Iron Fist collectors of the Iron Fist
yes,
group.
that's Carl and Omar.
That is Carl and Omar. We've quite shamelessly said that before. Is that like we don't have the money, storage
Yeah.
space, the single-minded dedication to having everything that has Iron Fist. Very much respect it, but like, it's so it's kind of cool to see it. But like, yeah, I do like the art style, but I don't like it enough to spend more money than I want to spend on it. So, actually, Moon Knight is in Midnight Suns. Damn it.
Well, there you go.
There I go. Get the Midnight Suns
Moon Knight
one.
fans, am I right? No. Oh,
I'll
there's a
get
taxi
them.
cab. I saw a taxi cab the other day.
I saw a taxi cab the other day. It's obviously Iron Fist. I mean, I'd like the Defenders one, but I think it's going to be Midnight Suns then, so I can get one foot that covers both my podcasts.
I guess the Defenders is just full on transformed into like the Netflix Defenders now. Instead of
the one he's got though has got like Spider-Woman. Yeah, definitely. That's interesting. Like that he didn't do the Doctor Strange team and just I'm interested that he didn't do Heroes for Hire. But I guess he felt he could. Yeah, because
Defenders,
he has included all the Netflix guys.
Defenders is essentially, but I'm pretty sure the TV shows, right? They're the first time they started calling that particular group of people Defenders. So, but what they really are is Marvel Knights.
Yes.
Except like Iron Fist wasn't really in Marvel Knights that much.
No,
but
you could probably swing it, but yeah.
That's like the group that they basically made is Marvel Knights. But they've turned Marvel Knights into Defenders. And I'm not sure how I feel about that because Defenders is like an established group for 30 years, maybe more.
I mean, you're not wrong. They've reappropriated the name, like in the same way as the rumors are that when they do Young Avengers for TV, film, whatever, they're gonna make them champions, which I'm not super happy about.
Yeah, because champions like.
Just a different thing.
Defenders, at least, they're still popular characters. Champions that's one of the people in Champions. That's one of their claims to fame.
Yeah.
So
And even that, the team's changed like massively. But whatever. These things
they
are.
always do the synergy with the live action. I mean, that's
Yeah.
it's ruined Daredevil for me. Like not ruined. I could still enjoy old Daredevil and stuff, but
Yeah.
I haven't read any new Daredevil post Charles Soule because they just tied it into Netflix and it has to be.
Are you gonna read the new one, the kind
No,
of old man Daredevil?
probably not.
Okay, cool. I
Because
just
they
wondered.
all
I mean,
draw
like, I
from.
I might, but like, I don't know.
They just all draw from the new stuff, which I'm not interested in because it all just looks super redundant and derivative. Which I'm sure if
Yeah.
Emma was on here, she would agree. I think she agreed last time. She would probably agree
Yeah,
this
yeah,
time. If
yeah.
she doesn't, I'm sorry, Emma. But yeah, Elektra's back, Kingpin's back, blah blah blah. Frank Miller and Netflix. That's all I see when I look at new Daredevil stuff. I mean, to be fair, they have that Mike Murdock thing, but I'm still annoyed that they retconned a whole bunch of stuff with Daredevil.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten over that. TV
That's
synergy.
fair.
Stop it. Stop with the movie
I'm
TV
not
synergy.
not really massively enjoying
It's like when I
the
fell
show.
off with
I will
Marvel.
say that as my quick review of the show. I'm not massively enjoying it.
Or what, Daredevil?
Yeah, Born Again.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. As I said last podcast, it's because I didn't enjoy Daredevil season 3. So, but I mean, I'll probably watch it at some point. But I'm still technically trying not to give Marvel any money or anything. So, yeah, it's. But speaking of, like, I kind of fell off. Like, obviously, I've been very vocal about how I've gone off Marvel completely with the way they treated Iron Fist. But like, before that, I had a general falling off with Marvel, not motivated out of like anything like that. But
Yeah.
I just lost interest because it started becoming the movies.
Yeah,
And
I
all
mean,
the
I'm very limited on what I buy at the moment, and I'm thinking very much of at some point this year cancelling all paper comics and going fully digital.
and all the
Because it's just crazy how much comics cost as well now. And
yeah,
I'm kind of torn between that, we're raised to collect. Like, I have this little like chip in my head going, collect, you need to
yeah,
have it. Coupled with like at the moment I'm like, oh, I need to get to Iron Man 8 because Iron Man 9 because apparently there's something huge in it. I don't need the paper copy of that. Why do I care? Like, I can read it anyway.
yeah.
But there is one series I do need to collect because it's a friend's written it. So I think that finishes in October. So that might be when I just stop.
Yeah, I only collect one comic at the moment. It's Batman Superman World's Finest by Mark Waid, and I plan to
Nice.
get that till he stops writing it, and then I'll probably stop. But there was a lot of like Marvel events which were really stupid. Like there was too many.
So many events.
And like they
Yeah.
were harder to ignore than like
Yeah,
DC
because they start
events
taking
were.
up the whole line and then you have like, I mean, like, I mean, you're right, Moon Knight fans have done very well, but also that means we've had like times where there's been 3 Moon Knight issues in a
Yeah.
month. That's like crazy. Like, I mean, it's great crazy, but it's also crazy and it's a lot of money. And I just feel like, money is becoming less of and I'm still earning the same. It's just, I begrudge it a little bit more.
Yeah. Also, in terms of other Iron Fisties, I'd be remiss to point out in that game Marvel Rivals, developed by NetEase, which it has an Iron Fist in it. It's Lin Lee, and the reason it's Lin Lee is because NetEase co-created Swordmaster. So he's basically. I saw someone call him a nepo baby. He's like, I'm sick of this nepo baby. Where's Daddy Red?
That's funny.
But yeah, so he's in Marvel Rivals, and obviously there's a lot of people like, hey, where's Danny? We want him too. And then there's also people who started playing it like, oh, screw Danny because I like Lin Lee in Marvel Rivals, which is like, it's fair if you like play Marvel Rivals and you like the character, but it's funny because they gave the character basically like, he doesn't really resemble, like his moveset doesn't really resemble him from the comics. It's just basically martial arts. So it feels more like Danny when you see how he plays. And anyway, but he got a new skin, the Agamotto skin,
Nice.
and it says it doesn't look like the whites. Like it's the white suit, but it's like very like they changed it. It's got eyeballs and stuff on it, but it says it first appeared in New Avengers and stuff, so it's clearly supposed to be Danny's suit, and it's referencing when he was, the living weapon of Agamotto. But
My favorite period, as we all know.
but they just put it on Lin Lee, so it's still not Danny Rand. It's like Danny Rand's suit on Lin Lee, so
yeah, they just want to make some more money.
Yeah, it's just like give him an alternate skin where you can give Danny Rand voice lines, because Lin Lee's really annoying in that game. Like, he's not likable.
I only played tutorial where I don't even know who I played, Punisher.
Yeah, Punisher.
Yeah, and then I played a couple of rounds as Mantis, and then just thought I have better things to do with my life. I'm not that kind of gamer. I'm more of a RPG gamer, so like it's not me dissing the game. Everyone I know loves it, is having a lot of fun with it. It's not my kind of game, and but it's fun. It seemed fun. I would never play Iron Fist in it.
It's just Overwatch, basically.
Which I don't like either. So.
And they were like, no, so Disney was like, you know what, make a game and put them out of business, because they wouldn't let us buy them. So, But, and also I see a lot of discourse online and stuff. And look, if people like Lin Lee in the game, that's fine. They're allowed to. The other show, it's like, I've seen people who play Lin Lee in the game and like him, and they hate Danny just because he's the other Iron Fist that people want, and they just start crapping on Danny, and it's like, maybe read
everyone's
some
always
comics.
Ready to crap on Danny.
That's true. Whatever. But, read some comics, familiarize yourself before you crap on something.
Yeah.
For no reason.
They don't. MCU people don't read comics. Games people don't read comics. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
They go to Wikipedia, they grab a few facts, they take some panels that back up their facts, and that's it.
No, that's very true. Yeah. Anyway.
You see it over and over again, so, yeah.
On to Deadly Hands of Kung Fu 31. So the cover has...
Yes.
They're fighting, like, dudes in under like loincloths with scimitars who aren't in the issue. Although there's a guy in the middle like choking White Tiger with like a staff, and he's in the issue. And then it's Danny and Shang-Chi fighting those scimitar people in the back, and another White Tiger in the front. So it's 2 White Tigers, no Jagged Hearts. But Night of Dark Death. Sons of the Tiger, White Tiger. So this seems to be White Tiger's debut storyline. The Sons of the Tiger have split up, just like the Beatles, which I think was deliberate.
Almost.
Like they split up over a girl. So this is really a White Tiger story, and then it's kind of like a Jack of Hearts story as well, and Iron Fist and Shang-Chi.
Yeah, they kind of, White Tiger and Jack of Hearts stories kind of meld together. Quite nicely, actually.
And as we see, Iron Fist and Shang-Chi are there to legitimize White Tiger.
Yeah, they literally just show up and help, but they're good. It's a good fighting.
It's a really nice opening spread with White Tiger and his brother looking over the murky docks. And
I really like the art generally in this issue. There's something a little bit understated about it. That sort of, for me, suits the sort of black and white basics. But then you get to that opening spread has quite a lot of background detail and stuff. It's not like it's not detailed. It's just so I think I'm about to agree with you.
Yeah. It's some of the cleanest and most detailed art I've seen in this book.
Yeah.
And part of me can't help but kind of want to see it in color, because it can blend it together a bit on the small pages just in black and white. Whereas I don't think I've really had that problem with previous issues. Or maybe I have.
It'd be nice to see the White Tiger outfit pop as well.
Yeah.
And, I always think it's a shame when you have Jack of Hearts without him being coloured like the Jack of Hearts. So... because it's such a colourful outfit.
Yeah, he definitely did not seem like a character that lends himself to black and white.
No.
I will say that. Like White Tiger,
Which is
Iron Fist, and
interesting
Shang-Chi
that
are
he
all fine, but he seems super elaborate.
Yeah, which is weird considering he debuted in Deadly Hands. Like because but it's kind of cool when you go see his outfit.
Yeah.
Eventually in a colored comic. It's very cool.
And
I don't know why none of them make the connection to what the boat is called, however, until somebody says it explicitly, and it's like, okay, this is all pretty obvious.
yeah, there's this whole plot going on. We're dropping in like at the end, and White Tiger's
Yeah.
with his brother, who's a like druggie, and he's
Druggie.
got like a bomb strapped to his
Yeah.
chest. And like if the drugs in his belt go missing, the bomb will go off or something, and he's there to make a drug deal, and there's someone called Maris, and I thought, oh, Maris from Frasier, lol. But it's
the agent for El Tigre, which is the name of the boat, which none of them work out because I don't know.
Yeah, look,
I love it.
Comics. If you're
Comics.
interested in this arc, I would read it because we'll spoil it, but like we're not going to do a good job of explaining what's going on because we're coming in the middle, and it's kind of hard to like put into words exactly what's happening. Because like Jack of Hearts is out to avenge his father, White Tiger's out to save his brother. There's some big scheme and trap going on because they're like, oh, this Maris guy or whatever is dead, so he can't be the dealer that the brother needs to meet.
Yeah.
And then they're investigating, and then everyone's fighting. The guy, there's like a hired killer there who killed Jack of Hearts' father, who's there to take him out. No, did he kill Jack of Hearts? Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he's there to take out Jack of Hearts, who he considers much more of a big deal. But there's all this stuff going on.
There's a lot going on. It's very soap opera.
And then we get to Danny and Shang-Chi just like hanging out because guys, it turns out they're friends, believe it or not. Would you believe
now
that?
They're friends. Yeah.
I mean, they were friends.
Besties.
They got along straight away.
Yeah.
And they're just hanging out together. They're not enemies like some people think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm still mad about that.
Yeah.
We go to Daughters of the Dragon because Danny's like, "Oh, the lights are on."
The lights are on at my friend's detective. Yeah.
They're up so late. What's going on? It's like, well, I mean, maybe they have to work late. I don't know, but he thinks something's like weird, so they go up, and they come in on Misty and someone, and Blackbird's back, that lovable guy with the bowler hat. He worked with Misty. He was a cop, and he left because the brass was getting on his nerves. And he previously showed up when Danny first met the Sons of the Tiger.
Yeah.
And we were commenting, I'm pretty sure when we read that, because he's not like a kung fu character. He just like has a gun, which is fine. But yeah, which we've also covered a couple of years ago, but he showed up in that. And he's back in all his glory, and he has some funny moments in this, I thought.
And Danny's upset because he's jet lagged.
Yes, he's just angry in general.
He's a bit angry.
But Blackbird's like, yeah, I was looking for you two guys so we can go check out what's going on at that freighter.
Yeah.
And he knows about White Tiger, and basically he wants Danny to help him help White Tiger. And I was a bit like, okay, this seems like we're stretching a bit to get them all involved, but whatever. And Shang-Chi's just like, yeah, I'll come too, because, you know,
I'm here.
Just like what I do. I just do, like, martial arts stuff, so... Because, yeah, Dave's like, you don't have to come with me, Shang-Chi, and Shang-Chi's like, no, I'm coming. Funny if Shang-Chi was like, alright, we'll just stay at your apartment while you go.
Yeah, I would. I'd be like, just give me the remote, I'll watch some TV.
Yeah. So, you know, there's lots of... This was interesting. So White Tiger's sneaking around trying to figure out what's going on, and he takes off his amulet, because I'm not sure what's going on, because I haven't read the previous issues, because he's not usually like this, but here he takes off his amulet, he throws it.
And throws it, which, yeah, I wonder if he doesn't know that's what gives him the powers.
Yeah, like, causes him a lot of pain, but it seems to enable him to dodge bullets.
It's very strange.
But then he puts it on again, and it doesn't really come up again, and he just seems to, like, embrace...
Go back to, like...
the other tiger personality at some point, and he, like, fights really well. So, yeah. And so Blackbird's got like a helicopter. He's like, yeah, let's
He's
just fly
gonna
over.
just dump them on the ship that
And
way.
at one point, the helicopter crashes, which I thought was very funny when it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, he dumps them on the ship, and even Jack of Hearts is like, what kind of idiot would land on this ship with a helicopter? And yeah, everybody was kung fu fighting, as the song goes.
And they all were.
Yeah, it's like Iron Fist is climbing down a ladder to get to the thing, and Blackbird's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, climbing down the rope ladder. It's a good point. Like, how else is he gonna get off?
What do you want me to do? Fly?
Yeah, like, because he's like, "What are you doing?" And it seems like that's the type of dialogue you'd use if Danny just like jumped out of the helicopter, as opposed to just normally climbing down the ladder.
Yeah, so what's interesting to me about this is like when Blackbird says, never thought the kid would have had it in him to be a comedian. And some of the banter you get during this fight was so not the kind of banter we get now from Iron Fist. Like, this is the sort of stuff I'm used to. When he makes the odd comment, but it's not like that kind of Spider-Man quip.
Yeah.
Like, or puns. It's just like, I'm climbing down the ladder. It's just like, it's that, it could be slightly sarcastic. It's just like, there's a slightly different quality of banter than what we get nowadays for Iron, like the ones that we're always complaining about.
And you know whose fault it is? It's all the fault of Immortal Iron Fist. As much as that run is beloved, that's what started the whole thing.
I mean, I do love that run, but yes, you're not wrong.
Well,
I also think that other writers didn't do it in the same way and made it a little bit more sort of generic Marvel banter, and it's the generic Marvel banter that we're disliking. But with him and Shang-Chi in these fights, this is kind of the stuff that we are are used to.
Yeah. I guess when I say started it, maybe didn't start it, but it took it to the next level of like, okay, he's like a Spider-Man quipster, as opposed to just the odd comment, as you say, the odd quip. Yeah, there's like a part where everything's looking dire,
because they have to be.
Yeah, this is like the dramatic moment. Yeah, and there's like guns are being pointed at Thingy, and the White Tiger, Jack of Hearts is being choked. Iron Fist and Shang-Chi are fine, I guess they're just fighting. But yeah,
they're fighting. They have no idea really what's going on.
His helicopter crashes because the propellers get shot, and there's like a huge explosion. But he's just fine. Like, he just gets out.
Yeah, like he's just fine.
I guess he jumps out just before it explodes, but he's so unscathed. He's like, whatever, He just like immediately calls his ex-boss, who he doesn't like, who I feel like he shows up in Iron Fist. This Nathan guy.
I think he does. I don't know when, but I think he does. Yeah.
I believe. I could be wrong on that, but yeah.
But I do like when Danny says, "I'm not sure if I hope I've kicked one of the bad guys."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He kicks the guy choking Jack Hearts. He's like, "Yeah, I don't really know what's going on, but I'm assuming this is a bad guy. Am I right here?" He's like, "Yeah, no, it's fine."
Yeah, you're good.
He just that's his opening greeting, is just the flying sidekick. I mean, there's some good. Like, all the fights are good, but there's no kind of spotlight fight of like a martial arts.
No.
So there's nothing to focus on in that aspect.
It goes quite a long time, and it's all this. It's a bit messy, as I assume a fight on a boat when you don't know who everyone is probably would be.
Yeah, and there's like 3 different plot lines.
Yeah.
And a burning helicopter. But yeah, so I like. Daddy's fighting this guy. Some of these guys look weird. Like, one of these guys has a collar almost as big as Daddy's. Like, all these boots. It's so strange. Like, this, I would like to see this in color, because there's some weird stuff going on.
Yeah.
But Danny's fighting the guy. He's like, "What's your name, friend?" And he's like, I go by the name. And then Shang-Chi calls out, "Iron Fist."
Yeah, which is quite nice. Yeah.
Thanks. Because the guy was about to slash him with the sword. That was funny. It's like a little funny moment they put in, which is nice.
Yeah.
Breaks up the sort of generic hoo-ha dialogue a bit.
Yeah.
Guy falls off a boat into the fire. Shang-Chi throws him off. He's just like
Yeah.
screaming in terror. Uh,
But it's like kind of good, like Danny saying, "I'm sorry I took so long," and Shang-Chi saying, "Oh, you gone? I didn't notice." As he throws
yeah.
someone off a boat. Then we back to the helicopter, then back to the boat.
The cops are showing up, but then the boat goes too far away, so they're like, well, oh no, it doesn't. No, it runs into their boat, and they're
Yeah.
like,
There's
oh,
another crash.
well, I guess that's that. The cops aren't going to come and save the day, so that's
Yeah.
like just them out of the plot, basically.
Yeah.
And you know, Jack of Hearts is like,
The-
oh, they're ganging up on us, and Shang-Chi's like, so it's the false strength in numbers. But yeah, there's all
Another fight. Yeah, there's a lot of the banging around.
Junkie Boy gets hit. Iron Fist and Shang-Chi are holding on to the guy so that Jack of Hearts can kill him, which he does. Burns him alive, which is pretty great. That's what,
Yeah.
and it gets, you know, we come to a scene where like every leading member of like this corporation that they're fighting has like shot themselves, and it's like I appreciate, because for the era, like if you
Yeah.
read if you're reading Iron Fist, the comic, right, Iron Fist, and then you read Deadly Hands Kung Fu, like Deadly Hands Kung Fu is just more violent and generally
Yeah.
like just has a higher body count, which I enjoy, because why not? I mean,
It's
just
nice. It's nice to see an outlet for it, because sometimes it doesn't make sense why they don't do that.
yeah, and I think Iron Fist is one of those characters that doesn't need to necessarily play it by the
No.
comics code too much.
Yeah.
Or like all these other martial arts characters where there's like so many fights to the death and stuff like that, and they're not really worrying about kill codes as much as they are in the mainstream comics. So, we get some bloodbaths now and then, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I could just use some good old fashioned violence sometimes. And it ups the stakes as well. They're not just sending them all to prison. So, anyway, it turns out Junkie Brother is like the mastermind, which I didn't see coming, and
I didn't either.
I wonder if I would have seen it coming if I'd read the previous parts of this story.
Yeah, I wonder as well, because it was a little bit, okay.
But they didn't seem like in this issue. They didn't seem to telegraph it,
No.
which is fine. Like they don't need to.
Which I actually thought was pretty cool. Yeah.
I mean, White Tiger was even like, I wouldn't have figured this out unless I, embraced the sort of tiger amulet side and noticed stuff that I wouldn't have normally been able to sort of notice. Disarms him, blah blah. He's such a disappointment. Family drama, and he's basically like, I'm gonna blow myself off. No, I'm gonna blow myself up. And oh wait, no. The reason he's blowing himself up is because we get the message that the board saw, which ended in their mass suicide, because they wanted to basically have a big drug organization on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, Fu Manchu, who's Shang-Chi's father, is going to hook us up. And then they get the message from Fu Manchu is like, this isn't really worth any resources.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if there's just like a drug ring on the west side of America, and then they all killed themselves. And now the mastermind brother is like, I guess I'm going to kill myself too.
There's a great panel of Shang-Chi just like looking at the screen of Fu Manchu, like with no reaction.
Yeah, I do like how there's no dialogue about it. The only reference you get to those two characters being related is just Shang-Chi looking at the monitor.
Yeah, I really like that as well.
And so he's like, I guess it is over. I'm going to blow myself up because that's all our plans ruined. And White Tiger leaves, he's sad. Everyone leaves, but not fast enough because they only just managed to jump off the boat that explodes, which I'm assuming kills everyone on board that was unconscious.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, ends with them swimming to shore. Next issue, Daughters of the Dragon.
Yeah.
From the back alleys of Tokyo to Hong Kong Harbor, Misty Knight and Colleen Wings slash and kick their way down a trail of blood and vengeance, making their explosive solo debut, fresh from the pages of
Nice.
Iron Fist magazine, and you know that means action, the deadly hands of Kung Fu. Join us. That's 32. So that'll be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Will be cool, actually.
I enjoyed this issue. It was long, like 40
It was
pages.
long. It was a little bit confusing in bits, but actually ended up explaining it all. Was true comics idiocy with all the convoluted stuff, but I love that. I wouldn't read comics.
Yeah.
And I did not realize it had Jack of Hearts in until I turned the page and saw Jack of Hearts, so I was pretty happy.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought it was good. I thought the fact that we came in at the last part and still enjoyed it and understood most of what was going on is a testament, is a positive thing. I enjoyed all of it. I'm not like quite sold on Jack of Hearts. I think I need to see him in color because this is very bizarre looking in black and white.
Yeah. I think you do.
And he seems like a little out of place in the martial arts oriented group, but like it's not really a complaint. It's just something I noticed.
I'm gonna send you a picture of him in his full color outfit.
Iron Fist was just kind of there, but that's fine because he just did stuff. He didn't even use the Iron Fist actually. He just sort of
But I quite like that. You just saw him as a really competent fighter.
Well, the Iron Fist used to be special. You used to save it for stuff.
Yeah.
So
and he didn't need it against druggy goons.
No. Yeah. So yeah, good issue.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was nice. It's always nice to get back to it and remember like what these comics were like.
Yeah, I'm keen
like
to read
how people got into them.
Yeah, and I'm keen to read the Daughters of the Dragon story.
Yeah.
As well. But we're near the end of our Deadly Hands of Kung Fu romp, unfortunately.
Crazy. I don't know what we'll do after that.
I'm looking at the contents for this book. The next 3 stories seem to be Daughters of the Dragon stories.
Interesting.
They're the last 3 stories. So maybe there is no more Iron Fist stories. We'll see. But I am personally fine with covering Daughters of the Dragon. If you are.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep, it'll be good. Because we're still squarely in the martial arts era, so I'm more
it's
inclined
fun.
to cover
it's
stuff
just...
with them than I am now, I guess, where it's more
right,
and less Iron Fist related. So yeah. And this will be our last episode done using Skype, most likely.
I know. Bye,
which is
Skype.
the end of an era. So who knows how my next recording is going to turn out?
I know. Teams is a bit weird for recording, so we may have to Discord again.
I might try Discord.
We'll see.
Yeah, because I've been using MP3 Skype recorder for the past. I mean, how long have you been doing this podcast?
Yeah, me too.
20.
A long time.
Yeah, almost 10 years at this point.
Oh, Jesus.
Which might be embarrassing for our episode count, but quality, not quantity, right? So.
No, it's going to be weird because Teams recording's a little bit broken at the moment.
Yeah.
Because they forced everyone to put Copilot on, and apparently that, or maybe it's just my work one doesn't work with. So we'll see. We can look it up, but yeah, we'll see. But no, it was good. It's always good to get back to these kind of comics.
Yeah. Yeah, so
let us know what you think, how excited you are for Daughter of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Email Connor, in other words.
Yes, email me, sonsofthedragon@gmail.com, or hit us up on our Twitter and Facebook, as the outro will tell us. Big thanks to our patrons as well, Derek and Carl. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Your monthly contributions help us a lot. So, yeah, Big
Yes,
thanks
definitely.
there.
Thank you very much.
You can also check out Rebecca on the DCAU podcast, which is
Oh yes, we're recording another one today. It died and it came back because they released some more animated films.
And you can also check me out on Last Sons of Krypton, a Superman podcast, which is a little bit more frequent because it's just that's been on a bit of a break too, but it's just easier to put out regular episodes since I'm the only host on that one.
Coming back up for the Summer of Superman.
Yes, we're covering Superman Batman Generations by John Byrne. Next
Nice.
recommended read from my memory. I haven't reread it for the podcast yet. But yeah, we got like 3 or 4 I've got 3 or 4 episodes planned for that I'll be recording over the next few weeks. So
nice.
Especially for you German expressionist silent film fans. Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, until next time, may your fist become unto a thing of iron, and make sure your brother isn't a criminal mastermind.
Yes, don't let your brother blow you up with drugs.
Just hope he's a regular disappointment, not like a...
Don't take off your magical amulets.
Yes, don't do that either. Alright, peace.
Bye.
Iron Fist and all other characters in these comics are properties of Marvel and Disney. Any music or images we use belong to their respective copyright holders. We do this for fun, so please don't sue us. You can contact us at sonsofthedragonpodcast@gmail.com. Just send us mail, comments, thoughts, anything you want really, doesn't even have to be related to Iron Fist. If you don't want it read on the air though, make sure you mention that. You can also find us on Facebook, the Immortal Iron Fist Podcast, Sons of the Dragon, our Twitter, at Iron Fist Podcast, our SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Sons of the Dragon, hyphens where the spaces are, our YouTube, Connor Carl, just search Iron Fist Podcast and you'll find us real quick. We are also on iTunes. If you find us there, give us a review and rate us. If it's less than 5 stars, please say why so we can improve the show. And we're on Podcast Garden in the literature section, and last but not least, head over to our WordPress, Sons of the Dragon, the Immortal Iron Fist Podcast.wordpress.com. That's where I put all the show notes. I'd like to thank Thomas Tissot for composing the Iron Fist theme song we use at the start of our Iron Fist episodes on the podcast. I'd also like to thank Peter John Sikorsky for composing the Power Man and Iron Fist theme we use at the start of our Power Man and Iron Fist episodes. And finally, thanks to you guys for listening.